Last time we talked about how Mehmed the Conqueror achieved the seemingly impossible, capturing the greatest city in Christendom, Constantinople, which ended the 1,000-year run of the Byzantine Empire. This monumental victory turned Mehmed into a true world historical figure, but now he has to consolidate his gains and continue the work of Osman and Orhan and Murad by continuing to expand the empire. So let's get started. After completing the conquest of Anatolia, Mehmed focused on consolidating his vast new holdings. To ensure complete control over his newly acquired territories, he pursued several important military campaigns across Anatolia and the Balkans. One of his first acts was the elimination of the last independent Turkic beyliks within Anatolia, most notably the Karamanids and the Hammadakilara. By subjecting them to Ottoman rule, Mehmed effectively secured the entire Anatolian peninsula under firm Ottoman control. With the internal consolidation of Anatolia achieved, Mehmed turned his attention towards expanding Ottoman influence in the Balkans and Greece. In particular, he sought to conquer the remaining strongholds of the Kingdom of Hungary and Serbia. These campaigns would not only increase Ottoman territory, but also demonstrate Mehmed's commitment to the aggressive expansion of the empire. During these campaigns, Ottoman forces engaged in numerous sieges, most notably laying siege to Belgrade, the Hungarian city, which would mark one of the earliest confrontations between the Ottomans and the Habsburg monarchy. Despite fierce resistance, Mehmed eventually captured the city, incorporating it into the Ottoman Empire. However, the victories came at a cost. The Ottoman army suffered significant losses during the siege, prompting Mehmed to reflect on the need for more efficient and effective military strategies. From there, Mehmed turned his attention south into the Peloponnese, where he laid siege to the Byzantine city of Suda. After its fall, he marched on Athens, forcing its ruler, the de facto independent Athenian lord, to submit to Ottoman rule. These campaigns marked the end of any meaningful Byzantine resistance in the Peloponnese and western Greece, bringing vast new territories into the Ottoman Empire. And with that, the Ottoman Empire grew to become one of the dominant powers in Europe. But Mehmed's vision didn't stop at the borders of Greece or the Balkans. He had set his eyes on the heartland of Europe, Italy. While there, Mehmed II had already demonstrated his prowess as a conqueror by capturing Constantinople and expanding the Ottoman presence in the Balkans. His campaign into Italy would be his most ambitious venture yet. In 1464, Mehmed invaded the Italian peninsula, aiming to conquer territory north of Naples and disrupt the Republic of Venice's trade interests in the eastern Mediterranean. Supported by the Aragonese, who aimed to hinder Venetian expansion, Ottoman forces engaged in a series of battles against the Republic of Venice, aiming to disrupt their naval dominance and secure control over strategic locations such as Otranto. This campaign marked the farthest extent of Ottoman expansion into Europe. While the results were not entirely conclusive, they showcased Mehmed's willingness to challenge the established European powers and extended Ottoman influence deep into the heart of Italy. Though while he was able to achieve remarkable success on the battlefield, his overall campaign faced challenges due to logistical issues and the political complexities of the region. These expeditions highlighted Mehmed's ambition to forge a universal empire that transcended geographical boundaries, setting the stage for future Ottoman expansion into Europe. But the reason why Mehmed was able to launch such a massive campaign was because he was able to centralize and professionalize the Ottoman military. When Mehmed took over as Sultan, the Ottoman army consisted of around 20,000 elite janissaries and 40,000 auxiliary troops. Upon inheriting his father's mantle, Mehmed maintained this force and bolstered it with additional contingents, bringing the total to 60,000 soldiers. As his reign progressed, he gradually increased the size of the Ottoman army to a peak strength of 80,000 troops. Under his leadership, the army underwent significant changes in organization and training, becoming one of the most powerful and disciplined fighting forces in medieval Europe. He reorganized and standardized units like the janissaries and implemented new training methodologies. His goal was to move away from the tribal levies of irregular horsemen that characterized the earlier Ottoman armies toward a force that combined cavalry and infantry into a coherent fighting unit. This effort resulted in a more efficient, reliable and technologically advanced military force equipped with cannons like the massive mortar, known as the Great Conqueror, which was instrumental in the siege of Constantinople. But the military wasn't the only thing Mehmed paid attention to. He understood that controlling the seas was just as important as having a strong army. So he continued the naval expansion begun by his predecessors, increasing the size of the Ottoman navy from 80 ships to over 200 by the end of his reign. This was a critical factor in securing Ottoman dominance in the Mediterranean and Black Sea trade routes and projecting power across vast distances. Through this naval strength, the Ottomans could project military force, control trade, and maintain their growing empire. The naval expansion also facilitated communication and transportation across the empire, aiding in the efficient administration of distant provinces. It was under Murad and Mehmed's reigns that the Ottomans developed a system of coastal fortifications along the Mediterranean, further enhancing their naval power and control over maritime trade. Moreover, Mehmed's patronage extended to various fields, including science, literature, and architecture. Istanbul, formerly known as Constantinople, became a center of intellectual and artistic activity under his reign. Mehmed supported scholars and promoted translations of scientific and philosophical texts from Greek and Arabic into Turkish. He also commissioned numerous architectural projects, most notably the construction of mosques such as the Sulaymani Mosque, which would later become a symbol of Ottoman imperial grandeur. This focus on education and cultural exchange contributed to the flourishing of Ottoman arts and sciences. Perhaps the most important part of his legacy was the codification of Ottoman law, which is collectively known as the Kanun, codified by Mehmed II in 1484. The Kanun was a comprehensive legal code that encompassed various aspects of Ottoman society and administration. It addressed issues related to family law, criminal matters, commercial transactions, taxation, and local governance. The code aimed to establish a unified legal framework throughout the empire, ensuring consistency and fairness in the application of laws across different regions. The Kanun played a vital role in the organization and efficiency of the Ottoman state. Its provisions covered a wide range of topics, including the powers and duties of officials, the regulation of markets, and the protection of individual rights, contributing to the establishment of a well-functioning administrative system. But Mehmed's impact went beyond just compiling existing laws. He made significant reforms to the Ottoman system of government, centralizing power and authority even further than his predecessors. He introduced measures to strengthen the authority of the Sultanate and enhance the efficiency of the bureaucracy. Mehmed implemented significant reforms in the way taxes were collected, standardized weights and measures across the empire, and reorganized the postal system to facilitate communication. These administrative reforms aimed to create a more centralized and efficient state, capable of managing the vast territories and diverse populations of the Ottoman Empire. They helped lay the foundation for the long-lasting stability and prosperity that would characterize the Ottoman state for centuries to come. And finally, a major part of Mehmed's work was solidifying and popularizing the idea of the Ottoman Sultan as a new kind of Roman emperor, a successor to the glories of Rome. He integrated Roman administrative practices, legal precedents, and even heralded himself as the new Rome. In fact, when he entered Constantinople, he ordered all the old Roman statues to be cleaned up and restored, and he even founded a Roman-style academy, which was staffed with Greek scholars, so that covers the rise of the Ottomans from a small nomadic tribe to a huge Eurasian empire in just 3 generations. And this is the end of the story for now. But if you guys want us to continue the story of the Ottoman Empire into the 16th century, then please tell us in the comments below. Also, if you liked this episode or this series, please consider liking this video. If you liked it, if you love it, then please subscribe so you won't miss another episode. And thanks for watching.